A small cat walks slowly across a corpse that has been soaking in water for 3 days. Soon, more cats gather around, surrounding the lifeless body. They stare at the pale face with no sign of breath. One cat suddenly opens its mouth and exhales a strange breath. In an instant, its pupils turn into narrow ovals. A miracle happens. The woman suddenly comes back to life. Confused and disoriented, she slowly sits up. The cats are gone, as if they never existed. Before she can process what's happening, loud crows cry out from above. Their sounds seem amplified many times over. Even spiders on the ground appear crystal clear. His senses, both vision and hearing, have been dramatically enhanced. The woman, Hallie, walks with a strange, cat-like grace and reaches the apartment building where she lives. Without thinking, her body leaps upward on instinct. She lands on the windowsill, crashes through the glass, and returns home effortlessly. The next morning, Hallie wakes up in shock. She's sleeping on a high storage shelf near the ceiling. She slips and falls to the ground, but isn't hurt at all. She seems to have no memory of what happened the night before. Then, the cat appears again. Inside a necklace, Hallie finds an address. When she goes there, she discovers a house completely filled with cats. The owner tells him the truth: these cats are guardians from an ancient Egyptian temple. Beings that have lived for thousands of years. Terrified and confused, Hallie tries to leave, but the owner casually demonstrates a terrifying cat-like power. Fear takes over, and Hallie escapes. The next day at work, everything changes. When her boss humiliates him as usual, the once timid Hallie suddenly becomes confident and fearless. She openly argues back. The result is immediate: clean out your cubicle. You're fired. Surprisingly, as she leaves, her co-workers applaud her. On the way home, Hallie runs along walls and rooftops. She plays basketball on the street and easily impresses a group of kids. Back home, she devours dozens of cans of cat food in one sitting. Even while answering phone calls, her body moves on its own, walking and stretching like a cat. That night, the neighbors throw another loud midnight party. Hallie kicks in their door, grabs a water gun, and sprays down the blaring speakers. She slams a man to the ground and calmly says, "That's all I ever wanted. Now keep it down." Everyone is frozen in shock. Back home, Hallie stares into the mirror. She takes out a leather outfit she never dared to wear. She cuts off his long hair, applies bold red lipstick and dark eyeliner. Once the suit is on, Catwoman is born. She rides her motorcycle through the city at full speed and stops in front of a jewelry store. Inside, robbers are in the middle of a heist. She smiles. Gunfire erupts, bullets hitting the same spot repeatedly, but when the smoke clears, she's gone. In seconds, she takes them down with graceful, feline movements, fast, playful, deadly. By morning, Hallie wakes up surrounded by stolen jewelry. Completely confused, she returns to the cat owner, who reveals the final truth. Hallie actually died days ago. The cats resurrected her and gave her their power. Every 100 years, a Catwoman is chosen an agent of justice, a hero of the night. Hallie accepts his destiny. Soon, she discovers her killer was her own boss. When Hallie confronts him, she finds the man already dead, murdered by his wife, Laurel. She frames Hallie for the crime. And she's arrested. Using cat-like instincts, Hallie escapes prison and confronts Laurel at the company headquarters. She's using a product that makes her skin nearly indestructible. The fight is brutal. As her face begins to rot from overuse, Laurel falls from the building to her death. The threat is finally over. Hallie embraces life as Catwoman, free, untamed, and powerful. Though Halle Berry's performance was praised, the movie itself became one of the most criticized superhero films ever made, and that's the end of the story. And that's how Halle Berry transformed from an ordinary, overlooked woman into Catwoman, a symbol of freedom, rebellion, and raw instinct. The idea was bold. The visuals were stylish. But the execution? That's where everything fell apart. Despite Halle Berry's fearless performance, this film went down as one of the most controversial superhero movies ever made. So here's the real question: was Catwoman truly a terrible movie? Or was it just misunderstood and released at the wrong time? Let me know what you think in the comments. Follow for more movie recaps, and I'll see you in the next story.